So here it is, the one that started them all, plus the Virgin Records label. This is the very first Virgin record. With this you get Tubular Bells Part 1 and 2 on disc 1, and it's a 2009 stereo mix by Mike. I still think that the original is better. There's one here, Mike Oldfield single, which is a kind of an orchestral part of Part 2, and the Sailor's Hornpipe with Viv Stanshall. The original album is here then as well, on disc 2. Disc 3 is a DVD, and it's just got the album in 5.1 surround. Again, these are by Mike, and then the Tubular Bells Part 1 broadcast in 1973 on BBC 2, Second House. Get the outer sleeve to protect it, which is cool, and pictures on the inside. Old Virgin ads. Picture in the master tape. The DVD is in here. It says disc 4 because it's from another box set. You see the kind of did a bit of diddling again, as record companies always do. And this nice booklet, some good photographs, and the spiel, picture of Richard Branson. We have the Manor studio in Oxfordshire, where it was recorded. So yeah, that's basically what you get. And all the credits. It shows Mike at the mixing desk. Okay, so now we move on to the second album, Hergest Ridge. This has got completely new artwork. You have Hergest Ridge on disc 1, you've got Part 1 and Part 2, and again they're 2010 stereo mixes by Mike. I find that in these mixes he accentuates the percussive elements of the track, and I don't really like it. On disc 2 you've got the original 1974 mix, which has, as far as I know, hasn't been on CD before, because the CDs were pressed for the last 20 or 30 years using the boxed mixes, and that was a 1976 quadraphonic mix. You've got Hergest Ridge Part 1 and 2 demos, and they're interesting, and I nearly prefer the demos. I definitely prefer the demos than the 2010 remixes. Then on the DVD you've got Part 1 and 2 in 5.1, again it's 2010. Mixes by Mike, possibly the new mixes. I haven't really listened to it. So yeah, you get some really nice artwork on this one. Really nice discs. The DVD is in here. It's a different colour than the rest. And the booklet. It's really, really nice. It's hard to get to Hergest Ridge. It's near the Welsh border. And it goes through the story of recording the album. This was the old artwork. Looks pretty dated and hippie like now, doesn't it? So the new artwork looks good. Here's the old Virgin advertising slogan, Hergest Ridge will sell a bomb. Meant to be one of those long train station signs. So that's pretty much Hergest Ridge. Finally, since these came out in 2010, gone is the nice plastic outer sleeve, or slip sleeve as they call them, and you get this nasty piece of sellotape that you're kind of thinking, will I take it off or will I leave it? Because in another 10 years it might stick there completely and ruin the album. Yeah. Record company cutbacks, I guess. Album number 3 is Ommadawn, and I think that means singing fool in Gaelic. Again, disc 1, you get the part 1 and 2, and On Horseback 2010 stereo mixes by Mike. Then you've got some extra stuff in Dulce Jubilo. First Excursion, Ours Yours, I like those tracks, and then Portsmouth. In disc 2 you've got the original 1975 stereo mixes, and in this an interesting Ommadawn Lost version, and that's the 1975 demo. Again, there's eating and drinking in this for fans. Disc 3 DVD is the 2010 5.1 surround mixes by Mike, and there's a couple of videos, 2 tracks. Ommadawn is a pretty powerful album, dark and moody, and it's got a lot of Celtic influences and African drumming. All the discs are the same colour in this set. It's the DVD. Booklet. So Mike in his studio, in the 70s. All his guitars lined out on the floor. Having a Guinness. Again, all the spiel about how they recorded it. These pictures came from the boxed booklet. Anybody's familiar with that? Right, we move on to Incantations, and this was released in 1978. This is definitely one of Mike's best albums, and you've got Incantations part 1 to 4, and it's just a 2011 remaster, hasn't been remixed, thankfully. Bonus track here is Guilty, which kind of takes elements from Incantations and mixes them into kind of a disco rocker. Disc 2 has got some elements of Incantations, like Diana, Northumbrian, piano improvisation, Hiawatha, which is a poem by Henry Longfellow. Canon for 2 vibraphones, yeah, it's just kind of elements from the master of percussion. Then you've got the Cuckoo Song, the William Tell Overture, Pipe Tune, Recorder Rondo. These are all kind of little noodly, folky tunes that Mike did with other people. Guilty is here, the long version, and then there's Diana, there's the Dorata, which is kind of a more modern mix with some talking going through it. Again, pointless stuff. Disc 3 in this is the DVD, and they're 5.1 surround mixes, but the album hasn't been given that shtick, unfortunately. And then there's on the DVD there's the Incantations part 1 and 2, 3 and 4 from Wembley Conference Centre. Okay, so there's your discs, and the DVD again, all the same colour. It's got new artwork and it looks quite beautiful. The original artwork kind of pales in comparison. There you go. picture of Mike having a brandy or something. Branson. The new artwork looks lovely. And it doesn't really take from it, because I always thought that the old artwork was a bit just, you know, it's like it's thrown together, and a lot of people thought it was a backdrop, but it's another rock and roll mystery, I guess. So album 5, Platinum, and this is a change from the other 4 albums in that it's more structured, parts are shorter, it's got a kind of a disco feel to it, being from 1979. One of the best things he's recorded in my mind. Platinum Part 1 Airborne is great. Platinum Part 2 is Platinum itself. 3 is Charleston, and 4 is Platinum Part 4, which is North Star by Philip Glass, the avant-garde composer. Then Woodhenge, that's percussive and just floats around the place. There's a live studio session of Platinum. North Star 2012 mixed by Mike. Again, it kind of meanders a bit. And the theme from Blue Peter. Disc 2 is recorded live at Wembley Arena in May 1980. Great concert, great playing, and just very, very powerful by the band. And for those people who think that, it's just another live track thrown together, if you're a fan, you'll really appreciate it. Here are the discs, and they look really nice. Sadly, this does not have a 5.1 mix, so there's no DVD or anything. There's your booklet, and it just gives you a spiel again about how the album came together. This is around the time Mike started flying. That's Airborne, which is the American or Canadian version of the album, which has got a live LP thrown in with it. So yeah, that's Platinum. So the year is 1980, and this is QE2. This album again has shorter pieces on it. There's no more long pieces that take up a whole side. There's a couple of covers, Arrival by ABBA, and Wonderful Land, which was a song by The Shadows. There's a lot of guest musicians on this. It's produced by David Henschel, who worked with Genesis in the 70s, and Phil Collins actually plays drums on a couple of tracks. There's a bonus track of Polka, which is kind of a diddly polka rhythm. It's recorded in the 1980 tour. Wonderful Land single version. And then there's Shiva, which is Sheba, and Mike muttering nonsense over it. It sounds all over the place. It was done back then, a couple of years ago. Completely unnecessary and kind of a bit silly. I don't like it. It just takes from the original. Disc 2 on this one is live from the European Adventure Tour, and it's from Essen in April 1981. And again, you got Taurus, Sheba, Mirage, Conflict, Ommadawn is on it. Punkadiddle, Tubular Bells Part 1, QE2, which is a very, very good track, and Portsmouth. Some pictures of Mike playing live, and he seems to be using headphones on stage for monitoring. Here we see some fantastic discs which kind of mimic the original artwork from the LP, and then you can just see these kind of graphics of the insides of the QE2 itself. I think this album was going to be called Titanic, but then they decided that it better not, because it might bomb. Booklet. I noticed the booklet from Platinum and QE2, most of the write-up or the essay, it's almost repeated. It makes no sense. It just talks about stuff around the music rather than actually talking about the music. So that's a black mark and doesn't go down too well. So other than that, apart from the tacky sellotape edge, that's the QE2 Deluxe edition. And while we're at it, this is the 6 album collection from 1973 to 1980, which was released in 2012. This is a bit of an oddity because it seems to have disappeared since, and all the albums are in mini vinyl sleeves. Take a look. Tubular bells. That's all you get is the cardboard. The discs are just all different colours with a black and white picture of each album, which is again unique to this box set. It shows the original artwork of Hergest Ridge and a brown disc. I think I bought this very cheaply, and now I think I saw them online this week and they were going for £100. I think I paid £12 for this. It's Ommadawn. And the bonus tracks are in these as well. It's a nice little box set. Incantations. So yeah, this is going to be a collector's item down the track, without a doubt. Just like I said, gives you more or less the artwork from the original vinyl LPs. Yeah. And yeah, and there's a picture on the back, pictures of all the albums and all the tracks. So yeah, that's a nice little box set. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's all I gotta say.